All of your imports and TCG exclusives for Blazing Dominion. Remember, later on this afternoon, Kong's Cards is going to have everything that you are going to want from Blazing Dominion, and discount code MCO40 is going to save you on your purchase. This set is looking phenomenal right now for the amount of meta change that is about to happen. And guys, please do check out Kong's. Link will be down below, and discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. Alright, make sure you guys smash the crap out of that Gaming Gamer GG button so you guys don't miss out more. This is 2 level 4 machine monsters. If this card is special, something change all monsters your opponent controls in attack position. So they all go to attack position. If your opponent has a monster on the field or graveyard, you can detach a material from this card, send a machine monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, and then apply this effect to choose a machine exceed monster in your graveyard, and this card becomes that monster's name until the end phase. You can only use this effect. That's pretty good on a 2600 2000. We also have Fata Dragna. This is 2 monsters with the same type of attribute but different levels. So your opponent cannot target fusion monsters with card effects. If this card is sent to the graveyard for a fusion summon, you can special summon a fusion monster from the extra deck in defense position but negate its effects, and then return it to the extra deck during the end phase. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except for fusion monsters. Why are we getting another super poly target? I'm not going to complain because, this is really, really, really nice. Next up is the Shade, the Obscure, which is your brand new broken card. So remember, you can't Pendulum summon. If a monster with 1,000 less attack is special summoned, you can return this to the hand, so from the Pendulum scale. On a scale 11, and if this card is if a card is in your Pendulum zone and this card is in your hand, we can special summon this, pay 1,000 life points, destroy a Pendulum card from the hand face up, and then add a Pendulum from your deck to your extra deck face up. This card is going to be very, very good. Next up is the VIP Whale, which is the Monarch stats on this thing, by the way. But you can tribute additional monsters when you tribute summon this card face up. If this card is tribute summoned, you can place VIP counters on it equal to the number of tributed for the tribute summon. And when your opponent activates a card effect, you can remove a VIP counter, flip a coin, and if you toss it right, you get to negate that effect. If not, poor little guy's attack gets halved, but that's fine. It's definitely an interesting card, to say the least. Next up is the Genia the Ring. So if this card is in your hand, target a face-up monster on your field, and special summon this card, and then that target becomes a Spellcaster. The next time that target will be destroyed by a card effect, it is not destroyed. Also, you cannot special summon for the extra deck this turn except for Spellcaster monsters, and if this card is distributed or banished to activate a Spellcaster monster effect, add this card to your hand. Actually, not too bad. I like that we've gotten more recurring effects out of this particular set. Then we have Checker. So, cannot be normal summon. If you control a monster, you contribute this card, so summon a machine monster from the deck whose attack equals its own defense, but return it to the hand during the end phase. And we can banish this card from your graveyard, discard a card, special summon 1 Iron Rubble token. Of course, that is a 0/0, and it cannot be used as material for a Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or a Link summon. Definitely, interesting little card here. I didn't expect to see something like this. Next up, we have the Rustin Mammoth. So if this card is in your hand, you can banish a Machine Link monster from your extra deck whose combined total ranks exactly equal 5. Special summon this card. And then you target 1 card you control and a card your opponent controls, return them to the hand. This is a quick effect if this card is linked to a Link 3 or higher Machine Link monster. Wow! That's actually pretty decent. I actually appreciate that. They did some good work on this one, to say the least. Next up is the Officiating Riviere. So if this card is in your hand, you can discard 1 other card, special summon this card. If an Exceed monster is sent to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, special summon 1 zombie monster from your graveyard. And then during your standby phase of the next turn after this card was sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 zombie Exceed monster and attach the banished card to it. Alright, I actually kind of appreciate that. That seems actually pretty decent for this deck. And then we have the Officiator of Doom, Samiel. So it's 2 level... Oh no, we got 2 level 6s. Oh boy. So during the main phase, quick effect, detach a material from this card, and then target a zombie in your graveyard, special summon it. Then you can negate the effects of 1 monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 monster in either graveyard, shuffle it into the deck. That is really, really good. That's going to be interesting, to say the least. All right. And then we have GMX partner Celendia. Celendia is the, you can reveal this card in the hand, so watch summon a GMX monster or a dinosaur monster from your hand, and then you can only attack directly with a GMX monsters for the rest of this turn. And if this card is special summoned by a monster effect, you can also summon a level 4 or lower GMX or dinosaur from the hand or banishment in defense mode. This card actually is pretty decent for being an extender for the deck. Obviously, we needed something to actually kind of help this deck out. And then we have the GMX Suppression Squad. This is probably one of the better cards. If this card is in your hand and you control a GMX or a dinosaur monster, we can special summon it. Then you can target a face-up monster on the field, excavate cards from the top of your deck until you hit a dinosaur, send that dinosaur to the graveyard, and then the target becomes a dinosaur monster, which is actually really, really strong. Do not underestimate having a 1900 dinosaur extender is going to do for, you know, what the deck's got access to. And then we have Evolved Dandine. Remember, this is Return Dandine plus a dinosaur. On special, you get to add a GMX card from deck to your hand, and then if you would excavate a card for a GMX effect, you can do one of these two effects based on where it is. So if it's sealed, gain light points, but if it's a graveyard, you get to special summon this nice little card back out, which then will re-trigger your ability to search yet again, which is absurdly good. Like, this is wonderful. Then we have GMX Comprex, our new awesomely overpowered dino friend. It's a GMX plus 2 dinosaur monsters to make it, and it gains effects based on the dinosaurs used for its fusion material. So if it's 3 plus, your opponent got targeted, 4 plus, it gets 3 attacks, which, I mean, is going to be kind of huge. And then each time for 5 or more, your opponent normal special summons, they lose 800 life points. And then once per turn, if you excavate a card for GMX effect, you can destroy all monsters on the field. Actually, pretty good card. Ooh. Experiment Report, which lets us fusion summon from the extra deck using monster from hand or field. But if your opponent controls a monster, we get to use a GMX monster from the deck, and then during your main phase, we can banish it, excavate the top cards of your deck until you excavate a GMX card, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. But you can only use one of the 2 effects of this card's name once per turn. That's like the downside to this card. As much as it looks very, very, very strong, those restrictions are a little bit rough. And then we have the GMX Lab. So your opponent cannot activate the effects of cards when you normal summon or special summon GMX. Good. And then during your main phase, you can set a GMX spell and trap card from your deck, except for GMX Lab number 5, and then place a card from your hand on the top of your deck. I know a lot of people look at this card and they're like, well, you know, it stinks you have to put the card on the top of the deck. I mean, yes, obviously, but the whole gimmick is, you know, you're restacking that resource just to kind of help you out, which is just fine. And then we have the final experiment. Activate only if you control a GMX monster. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. If you hit a GMX card, you can negate that effect and then place all the excavated cards on either the top or the bottom of the deck in any order. There is a weird place where this could technically miss. I'm not necessarily saying that it's going to happen, but there is a slim chance you could actually do that. We also got one of the missing vanilla monsters in here for the imports. The ultimate fate to the huntress who continues to spread the dragon taint. Now she has become the source of the plague, a fortress of swirling darkness, wicked thoughts, and ironically is now the target of others' revenge. She has no way of knowing that the strike team standing in front of her are survivors of the village that she once dominated as a dragon. Really, really, really interesting typing here. Alright, we also got Miracle Ejector. This card is, if it's in your hand, you can send a Neospatian from your deck to the graveyard, special summon this card. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a spell and trap card that mentions Elemental Hero monster's card name from your deck to your hand. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. I am shocked that they imported this card so quickly. This is an actual huge W for players, like, actually. We also got Flame Tongue the Burning Blade. Holy crap, where have you been? It's 2 fire monsters. Face up, spell and trap cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can target one of your banished fire monsters at a turn, but you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the name for the rest of this turn. And you can only use Flame Tongue the Blade once per turn. We needed this. I don't know what took them absolutely so long to get this over here, but Okay, and subspace battles in this set. And apply the following effects 3 times the sequence. So each player reveals a monster from their deck that does not have question mark attack. Add that monster with the highest attack to the hand of the player that revealed it, and then destroy the monster with the lowest attack and inflict 500 damage to the player that revealed it. If tied, shuffle those monsters in the deck. For the rest of this turn, neither player can activate the effects of monsters with any of the revealed monster names that you revealed. So they're all here. So guys, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.